Hello everyone, Lonely Farm Guy here with a new mod for Tuesday, March the 29th. And wow, we have the Case IH Axial-Flow 250 series. And this comes with a bunch of stuff. It's going to take a little bit, so bear with me to go through them all, but I want to be thorough in explaining all of your options with this package. So first of all, what do you get? Well, there's three harvesters. You get the 7250, the 8250, and the 9250. Along with this, you also get two headers. The 45, the Case IH 3162 Terraflex Draper 45 foot, and the Case IH 3162 Terraflex Draper 40 foot. Now, for this package, it is 80.28 megabytes to download. Now, each of these harvesters has a multitude of options as well. So it's no surprise that there's that many megabytes needed for this package, as you get 5 pieces of equipment with it actually. So breaking that down, it kind of falls in line. So it'd be less than 20 megabytes per piece if you want to break it down that way. Now, slots. Again, pretty high. 29 for each of the harvesters and 12 each for the headers. Now, of course, if you buy... Now, these is 29, that's 29, that's 29, because they're all three different. If you buy more of the same, it's going to knock that down to like 1 or 2 probably. So let's start with the harvesters. We will find them under harvesters, and here they are, all three. So there's three different harvesters. The 7250 starts at $59.99, $619. The 8250 is at $643,000 and $670,000 for the 9250. So differences between them: horsepower 468, 555 for the middle one, 634 for the big one. And as you can see down at the bottom, they're all 18 miles per hour and 12,000 or 1,200 liters of fuel. But the hopper capacity, now let's look at that for a moment on the 7250. Now the maximum, you get a 14,408 up to 18,324, which is pretty big. Now we go up to the 8250, 14,408 again, up to 19,733, which is even bigger. And now with the big daddy one, the 9250 again starts at 14,408 all the way up to 24,667 liters. As you can see, 2 slots for a subsequent one if you want to buy an extra one. Now, all right, so the options are different on them. So a lot of them are the same. Let's look at the 7250 first, because there's a lot of options. As far as wheel brands, you got Lizard and Michelin. So at least that is kind of simple. But within these two brands, there is a multiple choices. So start with Lizard. You get the standard, which is $0 for this front wheel drive, which is actually an awesome starting wheel setup. I would ending up with this one as a default all the time, but we'll go through them. Next one is an all-wheel drive, which adds no extra cost, so that's a bit of a no-brainer actually. Next one is a slightly larger wheels for $6,300. Again, up in price. Then we go down to the front-wheel drive 2 for no cost. and all-wheel drive or no cost. Back up to this style and this, and then singles front-wheel drive. That's actually costs more than the duals. All-wheel drive, front-wheel drive singles, and this is the bigger. So we just keep going through. Oh, that style looks kind of cool. And as you go up through you start hitting the tracks. $100,000. Just take note, $100,000 extra for the tracks, and even 138 for those. 39. This one's only 83,000, which is nice. The high idler style. I kind of like that style, actually. And then back to the front wheel drive. So now we get into Michelin. We'll just kind of go through them as we progress. It kind of gets into the quad track. 100 grand again for that. This big chunky fella, 135,000. And then it goes to the idler one again, which is nice. And twins, back to the quad. I think we're cycling again. So, if we go back, let's go back to the standard. Yeah, so the standard Michelin tire will actually cost a little bit. Whew. Axle length, 140, 144. That's the rear, or if you have tracks, it will move the tracks out a bit. If you see that. Antenna receiver is just aesthetics only, of course. Attachers. Now here's interesting. We have the standard attacher, which it has a hitch already, or it adds a little bit of an extension for $1,400. That could be significant if you want to do some, a little bit unconventional farming, if you know what I mean. Now we got the grain tanks. This is kind of a bit of a minefield as well. We start with the standard that has the 14,408 liters. Next one, you go to 18, then back down to 14, then to 17, then back to 14 again, then to 16 to 10, 14 with the cover, and then back to your regulars. So your biggest 1750 for an extra 6,500. And spreaders, which you cut the stock spreader or the fine chopper, and neither the fine chopper is, I don't know why you would add that. It adds some length to the rear, and it doesn't actually do anything unless you just like the look. That's about it. Oversized signs, it just puts an oversized sign on there on the back and not on the front. Pipes. Whoops. Pipe. So you have the standard pipe at 40-foot static pipe, which means it doesn't bend or anything. Static pipe 2, which is a little different design. 30-foot static pipe, which is shorter pipe, and it charges you for that. And static pipe 2, 30-foot static pipe 2. Then 40-foot fold pipe. And it has an adjustable tip, if you see that. And back to the 40-foot static pipe. Numbers up to 9, and rim color you can choose which case standard, the case standard, or gray, and then the license plate. All right, so for the most part, the tire options are the same. Oh, this one has some wheel weights. Oh boy. The 82. Some different tire options for the 8250. As you can see, this is kind of a race wheel here. Or, let's see. Oh dear. Wheel weights, rear wheel weights. And tracks with rear weights. More tracks with rear weights. All-wheel drive, four-wheel drive options. Yes, there's so many. Michelin, we start with duals. And then looks like the Michelin choices are the same, I would say. The Lizard has a few extra. The Lizard didn't have, did we have? No track option in Lizard. Oh, there it is. Yes, it's way at the back. Oh, just so many options for tires and tracks. Again, axle length, you can adjust. Antenna attachers, yes, you can have the rear attacher. It extends the hitch out a bit. This one, it has a whole bunch of top options, the largest being 19733 for the Demco tip-up grain tank, 4,300 extra for that. And of course the spreader option, I would not choose that. Oversized sign, same area, and the pipe options appear to, well, although we have a 50-foot, there is a 50-foot option, and then the fold, a 50-foot fold pipe option for 11,000, and then back to their numbers up to 9 and so forth. Sorry for taking so long through these, but they're not all the same options. Tires again, that's a pretty wide option there. Through the Lizards, oh, that looks kind of like that looks like a rice wheel. And as you can see, there's wheel weights, tracks of various types and designs. Oh boy, lots and lots of different options. I could spend an hour going through each one of these. This again, Michelin, you have your pretty standard with the other ones. Axle length, again, you have your choice of axle lengths, antenna, attacher, again, extension, grain tank. Again, you have a bunch of options. The largest being the 24,667 liters. That's the DW grain tank for 5185. Spreaders, again, your choice. Oversized signs. Pipe. Static 2, 40-foot, 30-foot, a 50-foot, 50-foot static, then a 40-foot fold, 50-foot fold, and back to your standard numbers up to 9. And rim colors, again, the same. All right. Woo. Headers. We'll get on to the testing right away. You got the Terraflex 3162 for 89,000 and the 73,000 for the 40-foot. And there's no options on these, but they are the built-in trailer type, which is extremely nice. I do love that option. Okay, finally, getting in it. As you can see, the sides open up. I do believe they open up on all of them. R1, right stick, left and right, will let you see the inner workings. And the great detail and great effort that has gone into designing this mod, being able to open up and just seeing the inside bits like that. That's how much. It's not just a box with I mean, it's got all these belts and tubes and things like that. Yes, so unfolding it, and the lights, of course, and the signals, and which one? The adjustable. Yeah, well, there's an adjustable tip we'll show. Okay, so here's the big, is this the big boy one? This is the 8250, so the medium-sized one I had on here. And we'll watch it unload because it actually filled up on this wheat field here. And we'll watch the unload speed here. Oh, get in there. There it is. Right. And I do believe this one... No, this one does not have the adjustable tip on it, which is odd. I thought it did. Looks like it does. Nope. But it unloads quite quickly. Well, there's a fairly big tank on there. And there it is. It's empty. We'll set the worker off again. And this has the, I do believe I put the 45-foot header on this one, as it is the bigger one. And there that is. So here we have the smallest one with the 40-foot header on it. Without the spreader, but just the stock spreader on it. And it, of course, it works fine. No issues or anything. And here's the big one. I put the Darius 60-foot header on this one, just to see if it, and so of course it handles it no problem. I want to show you this. Wait a minute. This one, does this one have the? I thought for sure. Oh, I think you have to have the pipe out. Do you have the pipe out to adjust it? Huh. Thought for sure I had, it had an adjustable tip on that. Could be one of the other options. Possibly. There's so many options. This is the fine, as you see the different chopper on there. That one is listed. That one is the one that says it's fine. So it does spread it a little differently, but I mean it's not a little bit wider, if that's really what you want. It adds cost. It doesn't really add any value. Interior, pretty nicely equipped. The description says the monitor actually does real-time stuff, but yeah, you can see the grain filling up there. You can't. There's no way to zoom in or see that. So I think it's probably a PC thing. But yeah, all the versions work very good. The power is not a problem with even the largest. We see here this guy's just finishing off this one. This one's pushing the 60-foot header, no problem whatsoever. And the grain tank size is awesome. It'll be great for these big farms. Yeah, and they're just beautiful. I love that they're kind of stubby. They're not a very long harvester, and it makes them quite a bit more maneuverable. This one, of course, has the 50-foot pipe on it, which you're gonna need for this header. As you can see, it's barely long enough, but it is long enough. And yeah, very nice. I like them. I do like the case harvesters. I like them all, but these ones, they have a good sound. They work well. They look good. They have good, these have good capacities, and they're not outrageously priced either. So affordable in that sense. And yeah, so let's go back. Yeah, here we go. That's yeah, it's quite the great. If you love the case tractors, as I'm sure there's many of you out there. This is a beautiful, beautiful pack of harvesters, and this is the Case IH Axial-Flow 250 series by custom modding, 80.28 megabytes to download, and 29 slots each for the harvesters and 12 slots each for the headers. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's just a game. So have fun with these new harvesters. Until next time, bye for now.